Hello and namaste to all of you. This is Javin Shalusain from Department of Physiotherapy and Diagnosis from Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. So today I'll be discussing about vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is basically water soluble, heat stable, red in color, and it contains 4.35% of cobalt by weight. It contains one cobalt atom and four pyrrole rings. Coordinated with a cobalt atom is called as Corine ring. So note that the similarity between Corine ring and porphyrin ring system. So the fifth valency of cobalt is covalently linked to a substituted benzimidazole ring, and then it is called as cobalamin. So the sixth valency of cobalt is satisfied by any of the following groups such as cyanide, hydroxyl, adenosyl, or methyl. Now, cyanocobalamin, when cyanide is added to the R position, the molecule is called cyanocobalamin. So during the isolation procedure, cyanide is added to get stable crystals. So the CN group has no physiological function and it is only a laboratory artifact oral preparation which are in this form. So hydroxycobalamin, when hydroxyl group is attached to the R position, it is called as hydroxycobalamin or vitamin B12. So which is the injectable preparation which are present in this form. Now adenosylcobalamin, when taken up by the cell, these groups are removed and deoxyadenosylcobalamin or ADO-B12 is formed. So it is the major storage form which is seen in liver. Next is methylcobalamin. So when methyl group replaces adenosyl group, it is known as methylcobalamin and it is the major form seen in blood circulations as well as in cytoplasm of the cells. So the ADO-B12 and methyl B12 are the functional coenzymes in the body. Next is absorption of B12. So the absorption of B12 requires two binding proteins. First one is intrinsic factor of Cassel. So William B. Cassel described it in 1929. Now the B12 is otherwise known as extrinsic factor. So the B12 is otherwise known as extrinsic factor and the factor derived from the external sources. The intrinsic factor is secreted by gastric parietal cells and it is a glycoprotein with a molecular weight of 50,000. The second factor is cobalamin, which is secreted in the saliva. Gastric pepsin release the vitamin from the proteins of food, and then B12 bind with cobalamin in duodenum, and cobalamin is hydrolyzed by trypsin of pancreatic juice. Vitamin is released, and then vitamin binds to intrinsic factor, and in the pancreatic insufficiency, it is basically absence of trypsin and the vitamin may not be released. So the vitamin cobalamin complex is excreted resulting in vitamin deficiency. Now one molecule of intrinsic factor can combine with two molecules of B12 and this intrinsic factor B12 complex is attached with the specific receptor of mucosal cells and the whole of intrinsic factor B12 complex is internalized and it may be noted that B12 is absorbed from ileum while folic acid is from duodenum. Next is transport and storage. So in the blood methyl B12 form is predominant and transcobalamin which is a glycoprotein is a specific carrier. So it is stored in the liver cells as ADO-B12 form and in combination with transcorin. So generally B complex vitamins are not stored in the body and B12 is an exception. So while whole liver contains about 2 mg of B12 which is sufficient for the requirement of 2 to 3 years, so B12 deficiency is seen only years after gastrectomy. Now functional role of B12. Methylmalonyl CoA isomerase. So dimethylmalonyl CoA is formed in the body from propionyl CoA and it is converted to L form by a racemase and then isomerized to methylmalonyl-CoA mutase containing ADO-B12 to succinyl-CoA, which enters into citric acid cycle. So in B12 deficiency, methylmalonyl-CoA accumulates and methylmalonic aciduria occurs. Now the metabolism of odd-chain fatty acids, valine, isoleucine, methionine, and threonine leads to the production of methylmalonyl-CoA. Now homocysteine methyltransferase. So it is catalyzed by the enzyme methionine synthase or homocysteine methyltransferase. So it is needed in the activity of vitamin B12, which is methylcobalamin. Next is methylfolate trap or folate deficiency. So the production of methyl THFA is an irreversible step, and therefore the only way for generation of free THFA when B12 is deficient, this reaction cannot take place, and it is called as methylfolate trap, and this leads to the associated folic acid scarcity in B12 deficiency. So genetic polymorphism has been reported in gene coding for the methyltransferase enzyme, which is alter the requirement of folic acid and cause hyperhomocysteinemia. Now, what are the causes of B12 deficiency? First one is nutritional. So, nutritional B12 deficiency is very common in India, and especially among vegetarians of low socio-economic group. So, the only source of B12 in vegetarian diet is curd or milk, and lower income group may not be able to afford it. So decrease in absorption. So absorptive surface is reduced by gastrectomy, resection of ileum, and malabsorption syndromes. Next is Addisonian pernicious anemia. So it is very rare in India but common in European countries. When it is described in 1849 by Thomas Edison, it was pernicious, which means fatal. So without any known remedy, so it is usually in persons over 40 years, and it is an autoimmune disease with strong familial background. So antibodies are generated against intrinsic factor. Now, uh, so intrinsic factor becomes deficient, leading to deficient absorptive B12. Next is your gastric atrophy. So, although the true Addisonian pernicious anemia is rare, similar atrophy of gastric epithelium leading to deficiency of intrinsic factor and decreased B12 absorption is common in India. So, in chronic iron deficiency anemia, there is generalized mucosal atrophy, and in about 40% cases of iron deficiency anemia, superadded gastric atrophy is seen. In pregnancy, increased requirement of vitamin is in pregnancy is another common cause of B12 deficiency in India. So, fish tapeworm, although not seen in India, the fish tapeworm Diphyllobothrium latum infection is common in Scandinavian countries where eating live fish is delicacy, and this tapeworm has a special affinity to B12 and causes reduction in available vitamin. So this was all about basically the vitamin B12 and its functional role. So further about the deficiency manifestations and requirement of B12 we'll talk in next lecture. Until then, take care and goodbye.